What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Hot Action Fishing and Fab. My name's Curtis, and this is my channel. Part, I think, like 16 or something on this little Johnson skiff build I have here behind me. I'm going to be fairing out the transom. Fairing is, I'm going to come off and say right now, fairing is not my forte. I hate it. It's the last thing I want to be doing. But we're getting to the spots where I'm going to be finishing this boat up, and I'm trying to make it look halfway decent. So I'm gonna jump on it with my 6-inch grinder with a 36 grit sanding pad. Get it knocked down. Get most of this the blue gel coat knocked down a little bit. Knock it down more. And sand this fiberglass where it came over from when I did the transom. And then I got some fairing compound. It's like a pre-made stuff. So when I get to that part, I'll show you guys the bottle and stuff like that. I bought it like 4 or 5 months ago, and that's just been sitting in my shop. So yeah, about time to use it. Yeah, so here we go. Alright, I got some grinding done. Grinding and sanding, of course. I got doing some sanding with the 36 grit, just DA sander, and was taking too long, so I busted out my little 5-inch or 4.5-inch grinder with the 36 grit pad, and that does the trick. It knocks it down really, really fast. Probably doesn't really matter too much, but I was back a couple years ago, longer than that now. I was actually qualified to grind to a Class A finish, so I'm pretty good at keeping my, not digging the grinder, causing any bad, imperfections that way. I'm pretty good at keeping it smooth. I mean, literally, I was able to, like damn near, flat. Let's just put it that way, just super, super flat. I was really good at grinding. But yeah, I forgot when I installed the transom. When I install a transom, I don't like to plug the holes before I bond my transom in. Because I like to see, like when I bond everything together, if I get good oozage out of this hole, this hole, and all these little holes. If it's good, consistent oozage coming out of each one of those holes, it's obviously you got good, coverage with your bonding putty that you used. So I forgot about them. Usually what I do, like if I have like a little bit extra resin mixed up, I'll take some 3/4 ounce chop strand and I'll just kind of put them over the holes. But got away from me, forgot about it. So I'm gonna do that really quick. The reason why I do that is because possibly like later on in life, that hole could potentially crack and you'd be able to see it in the gel coat. So yeah, if you put some kind of layer of fiberglass over top of it, that it won't ever show. It won't ever show. So I'm gonna throw a couple layers of chop strand matting over top of this, let that cure, and then sand on those. Obviously you don't sand them completely off, and then start fairing this thing out. So yeah, we're at that point, so here we go. Oh yeah, just to throw it out there, I don't know if you can tell, probably can't tell all that good. Got super freaking sunburnt the other day. I was going offshore fishing with my dad and some friends, and hat blew off, and I was in a spot where I couldn't turn around and go get my hat. So yeah, so my forehead got burnt because I never ever go without a hat. But yeah, here we go on to the next step. alright, it's the following day. I ended up just letting it, you know, kick overnight. But yeah, I laid that 3/4 ounce chop strand down, and yeah, so all I'm gonna do is take my little 36 grit DA sander, just knock it down really quick. I'm not really gonna take any material off too much, just pretty much rough it up for the sanding putty. And then when we get there, well, there it is, super poly fill polyester putty. But yeah, when we get there, I'll try to explain it, I guess. But here we go. And alright, I just knocked the transom down with the DA sander. Get ready to wipe it down with some acetone, and then mix up this Fiberglass, what is it called? Super polyfill polyester putty. Gonna mix this up. It's pretty much all it is just gel coat, you know, mixed with Cavasil and some fumed silica. And I didn't know that until, or you know, I knew what it was and how to make it. I just was super lazy and didn't really want to do it, so I just spent the extra money and bought this stuff. I didn't really realize how easy it was to make until I watched a YouTube video by James Curry Boatworks. I think I always mess up his YouTube name, but he's a good dude. Usually leaves a couple comments in my comment section, so you can find his YouTube page down there in the comment section. Yeah, I bought this before he made his video on how to make really nice fairing putty. So if you guys want to watch how to make some really badass fairing putty, go to his YouTube channel and watch that, how to do it, and subscribe to him while you're over there. Keep him making some videos, because you know, come on James, we want to see some new videos. You're doing really good. But yeah, so I'm gonna use this, and then once this is all gone, I'm gonna start making my own putty like James showed in his video. So here we go. I'm gonna wipe the transom down with acetone, and then mix this stuff up and go from there. So here we go. Alright, this is my first time opening it, and see what it looks like when we open it up. Right there. Oh, that's what it looks like when you first open it. Now I'm going to take my paint stirring stick, or paint stirrer, for my drill, and I'm going to mix it up pretty good. Alright, I'm just taking some, and I got this semi kind of nice flat piece of foam board, and I'm just going to plop it down onto the thing, onto the piece of board. Make my little stick off a little better. That should be enough to get me started, I guess. But I don't really know the exact ratio how I mix this up. I know you mix it a lot less than, well, I'm going to show you the mixing thing, so maybe you guys can understand it. That is how they want you to mix it, and yeah, so here we go. Just mix in my MEKP. Get it mixed in real good. half-ass mix it up with this paint stick. And then I'm gonna come in with my scraper. Try to get it really mixed up really good. Mix it for a couple minutes. And then mix it like I mix Bondo. This is my first time ever using this stuff. I mean, I use a lot of polyester resin and stuff, so it's the same stuff, just, you know, made for fairing compounds. Or made for fairing stuff out. I am not a professional one bit. This is what I do for fun. I'm gonna come out and say that right now. I mess up a little bit here and there, so, you know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying this is how you should do it. You know, take what I had to say, take what somebody else has to say, mix it together, come up with what you want to do, and go from there. So this is what I'm doing. Kind of guessing, but it'll work. So get this thing mixed up, and then I'm gonna slop it onto the transom. So here we go. I'm sure that's plenty mixed up. We'll find out in 20 minutes if it's hard or not. If it's not hard, obviously I didn't do it right. But yeah, now I'm just gonna do a nice skim coat. Alright, well, you can tell my voice I'm a little bit irritated. Didn't go quite as planned. Got it going pretty sweet, and then of course I freaking bumped it with my board, my foam board that I had, so I had to try to fix that spot and not mess it up drastically. Down here, well, as you can see, messed it up drastically. But yeah, so flip this thing around. As you can see, definitely not a professional. This is like way out of my league. This is not something I usually do. I hate doing it. I can shape a piece of metal and make it look really, really nice and flat and be pretty badass. Probably if I had the right proper tools to do this, you know, body work, you know, fairing out on the boat, I could probably do a much better job. But yeah, with what I got going on here, and so irritating. I tell you what, I'm glad it's just a little skiff and it's my skiff. So yeah. So it doesn't need to be perfect. That's exactly what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna go any further than this. I'm gonna do this one skim coat and yeah, sand it down, and then pretty much get this thing ready for paint. So hopefully it comes out looking pretty sweet. If not, maybe I'll touch it up some more, but highly unlikely. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna let this kick. Hopefully it kicks. I might not even mix it right. So but yeah, after this kicks, I'll come back out here with the sander, and I think I got some like 80 grit sanding pads, and knock it down and then go from there. So here we go. Alright, that's all nice and kicked now, all hard. So now I'm gonna bust the grinder out, or the DA sander, and get after it with the sander. And alright, this is where I'm going to stop the video. This is the end of part 16 on the transom. I know guys are going to laugh at me, but yeah, it's good enough for me. I'm happy. It's complete. So sanded it down, you know, faired it all out, sanded it down. I ended up doing a bunch more sanding last night for another couple more hours. Got the boat pretty much all sanded down ready for bottom paint and everything. But yeah, that's where I'm leaving off on the transom. I faired it out. I'm not gonna block it. I'm not gonna get, you know, super crazy with it. It's good enough. I got all the small imperfections, and you know, the chop strand matting and stuff like that. You're not gonna be able to see it anymore once the paint's on it. With the way I have it figured out, it's not flat, it's not perfect. You run your hand across it, you can kind of, you know, you can still feel them. Hopefully it doesn't really show up through the paint all that much. I'm sure it will, because I decided to go gray again with my boat. So yeah, so you're probably gonna see the imperfections, but hey, it's a little skiff. I'm probably gonna have to repaint this thing multiple times because I'm going to the Everglades with it, and back here where I'm at, and here in Port Charlotte, we got a bunch of mangrove tunnels that you can go back in and get lost forever. And yeah, you beat the shit out of your boat when you do that. So I'm not all that worried about it. But yeah, I'm actually getting the boat ready. You know, like I said, I sanded a whole bunch more last night. I went down and I picked up some Fastco Super Slick epoxy bottom paint for my skiff. They use it on airboats and you know, fan boats, we're gonna call them, for getting up like up on the grass and stuff like that. Stuff super durable, super slick. There's the reason why I want it, because it's super slick and super durable. But yeah, in the next video you'll see me applying that. So probably did a whole bunch of rambling right there. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna let off on the video. Thank you all again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe again, or you know, subscribe again. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful week.